Alright guys, welcome back to another live trading video. So here we are, 15 seconds till the bell, and I'm going to trade LMFA right out of the gate. So down there, right here, bottom right hand corner, LMFA, take an entry about 10 seconds after the bell. You can see all the sellers piling up right there. Took an entry at 54. Really in hindsight, there wasn't a setup there. You know, it's just there's nothing here. 54, possibly I was looking for the break of the previous candle's high, but you know, nonetheless, not the best trade ever. You know, not much risk reward potential on that trade. So you can see right there I lost 40 bucks, sold rather quickly just to get out. I'm glad I did, because that would have turned out to be a much bigger loss than just $40. So today was a rough day. It was a good day of trading, but still rough nonetheless. Just a lot of bad trading. But that's a good thing. It's a good thing because it forces me to learn from my mistakes, right? So I'm falling off the horse, but every single time I fall, it forces me to get better, right? Because I have to stop falling. Otherwise, I'm going to injure myself, right? And I won't be able to get back onto the horse. So it forces me to figure out what it is I'm doing wrong and correct it. Okay, so my next trade was on BSPM at about 9:33. So you can see right there I tried to get in at $3, didn't get filled. Break of the whole dollar entry. It's much riskier on this type of setup just because there is no established high of day, right? And so what could end up happening in this situation, it worked out fine. We broke through. Now we're up here in 29. So spreads are kind of big right now, 310 by 325. But this would be a better entry. We've got this 1 minute pullback right here forming, and the high of day would be over. Well, there it goes. So would have been over about 330-ish, 336. So that would have been high of day. You could see it broke, popped up there for a second, came back down. So BSPM, has a lot of potential. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, this stock ends up making a decent move today. But the point I was trying to make was getting in on this first candle right here is definitely a much riskier entry, just because you don't know if there's going to be a huge seller sitting at $3 once you get in, right? Happens sometimes. You get into a stock and all of a sudden there's a 50,000 share seller waiting for you, and he just sort of creates a wall for buyers trying to get in long. So my trade is actually coming up here in just a few. Well, okay, I missed that trade. I was talking. Well, you guys saw it. You guys saw the trade. So let me just rewind just in case. So I took it at 311. Made about $80 on that trade. So here for break of high of day at 350, I'm in. Boom. Selling. Tried to sell on the oh no, I sold. Okay, tried to sell at 71, didn't get filled, so I sold on the bid at 66. So not a bad trade, 16 cents right there. So not bad, but you see that setup worked really well, and it's a lot less risky compared to getting in as soon as the stock starts popping up, right? And a lot of it's depending on the market. If we have stocks that are running up as soon as they pop up on the scanner because traders want to jump into them, that's different. It leaves a lot less risk because a lot of stocks are doing that, and a lot of traders are going to be willing to jump into stocks right off the scanner as opposed to waiting for a proper pullback. But in a market like this right here, where stocks are popping up and then just like crashing back down, it's not the smartest thing. But you can see right here, BSPM just making a crazy move, you know, all the way from 375 up to 4 about 30. So a monstrous move right here in just under 5 minutes. I ended up taking a trade again on BSPM here in just a few minutes at 9:35. I'll leave it, I'm just going to leave the video playing so you can see all the price action. BURG popping up on the momentum scanner, getting an order prepared just in case. But I'm still watching BSPM. That's my focus at the moment. So over 33 would be high of day break. Let's see if I get in. So I got in, but you can see here, yeah, I mean, it's just, wow, very unfortunate, very unfortunate. Ends up opening it back up a little bit higher. Next candle opens up a little bit higher. I think it actually surges through high of day, but I ended up selling. My entry was at 430. I ended up selling all the way down at 410. It's a 20-cent stop. It's a little bit too big. My usual stops are about 10 cents. So to hold it for that long is it's not good at all. We're pretty extended right now, on the 1 minute and even the 5 minute. We're pretty extended. We've already had, 1, 2, 3 pullbacks, micro pullbacks. So that fourth one was definitely very questionable, especially since we were already extended. I realize that now, right? But the thing is, to remain optimistic, I wouldn't have figured that out if I had made that mistake in the first place. So sometimes you have to make the mistake in order to learn from it. I realize now, looking at it, it's just way too extended. It needs a proper pullback, right? It needs to pull back a lot more. And so to not get in on that fourth micro pullback, but to wait for like an actual, like it's doing now, Now, if it starts to retrace its move too much, then it becomes a lot less desirable. But where it is right now, if it begins consolidating sideways and then we have like a 5-minute setup, then I'm a lot more likely to get into that, right? The risk has decreased significantly. But I know that now. So you can see right here, I'm down $60 after commissions, $90. So my next trade was on MYO, and this trade was not favorable either. MYO, this was actually an even worse trade than what you just saw right there on BSPM. So MYO, I traded that one at 9:39. So coming up here in just a few seconds. Well, almost 9:40. So 9:39 and 56 seconds is when I got in. So that's right here, MYO. I can't remember if I pulled up the chart or not. Let me just fast forward just a tad. Nothing else really happens here. Okay, so fast forwarding. I don't have MYO on the chart right here, but it's level 2's up right here. So just watch this space right here. I'm gonna get in at 550. I'm assuming just for the $0.50 break, but I don't know what the charts look like. That's the problem. I'm sure I had them up on my other screens, but I wish they were right here. if I remember, let me, I'm gonna pull up because I really want to see this, and I want you guys to be able to see this as well. I'm gonna pull up my charts here and try to figure out if that was Friday. So I'm gonna go back to Friday and see if let's see, MYO. I'm gonna pull the charts over here for you guys so you can see them. Okay, so let me just close out of these, make it bigger. So MYO. And let's go back to Friday. Let me just, oh, I hope we can. So Friday was the 26th. Yep, okay, so we can go back that far. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at what I was watching. So I got in to MYO at 500 shares at 9:39.56. That was the time I got in. So that would have been this candle right here, okay? So high of day break. The high of day break would have been over 533. Okay, that's the high. That's the high of day right here. And that was right out of the gates. So 532 would have been the high of day break. That would have been an okay entry, right? So you get in at 532 and ride it up to the $0.50, right? But, and this is something that I'm really glad I learned. You know, it's taken me a few mistakes to learn this, but I'm glad I made the mistakes and that I didn't get hurt too bad, so I can recover but still get back onto the horse. So this is more geared toward traders who are like currently just in my situation, and what I mean by that is just beginner traders. So that's really what this is geared toward right now. So you can see right here, this was the candle that I got into. Okay, I got in at 550 for supposedly the break of the $0.50. The only problem with that is there really is no clear, like the proper entry would have been right here at 532. Okay, we broke that 20 cents ago. I got in at 550. I'm getting in at high of day, and there's danger in that. There's danger because it's pretty extended and it needs a pullback, and you can see that happens right here. We get this pullback right here. If only I would have waited, right? Not gave into FOMO and jumped in at 550, but waited for this pullback right here. I could have gotten in right here over high of day after a proper pullback, got back in at 550 and rode this up to 563. And I actually do that. My next trade is on MYO, and that's the trade I take, and we'll watch that in just a second here. But to get in, to miss the decent setup, which is break of high of day right here, and to get in when it's already at making a new high of day and it's already extended, it's just really risky. And the risk reward potential is a lot. It's very unbalanced because the reward is a lot lower because you don't know if this is going to keep squeezing up or not. Sometimes stocks do, but oftentimes you have to wait for a proper pullback in order to get in, and that's what happens right here. Even though the candle closed red, there's still a lot of potential to make profit off of this. So I'm gonna head back over to, let's head back here now so I can show you guys the trade, the actual trade, the next trade on MYO. We'll watch this one first. So you can see right there, I'm gonna pause it really quick. Got in at 547 and sold at 524. Okay, ugly loss. You can see it down here. I'm down 127, and then after commissions, $205 on the day. Well, no, my math's incorrect. Sorry, $215 on the day. So not in a good situation right now. And I'm hoping I pull MIO. I don't pull it up. I get back in though for the new break. And you can see right there, pops over. Ended up selling at 55. Got in at 48. 7-cent win. So not bad. Brought me down just a little bit. So instead of being down 215 on the day, now I'm down 190. Okay. So $25 win right there. Next trade was on. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys got something from that. That's what I learned, and that's what I took away from it. So I'm sharing that with you, just hopefully to give somebody else that insight. All right. Last trade was on BURG, and you saw that I was watching that stock earlier. Here it is on the left-hand corner. So BURG was actually restricted. SureTrader restricted it 1-to-1. So I was only able to take 300 shares, and I think I got in for a circuit breaker haul. Let me just. So at 10.12, it's way down here. Okay, so I'm probably going to pull up BURG in a second here. 500 shares. So watch what happens here. It's squeezing up, and it's about to be halted. So boom, I get in. Not enough buying power. Not enough buying power. I hurry up, quickly change it to 400. Nope. Change it to 300. You see how fast I'm doing that? Got in with 300 shares at 392. So this was a stock that that has a history of making really big moves. You can look at the day chart, and I think I'm doing that. So I didn't really scroll back that much, but there are days where the stock went up to $9, just making massive moves in it just time and time again. So I saw it, I knew it, and I was confident that it would definitely open up much higher, which most stocks tend to do after a circuit breaker halt anyways. So I was confident in the stock, and so that's why I was so eager to get in, and I did. So this ends up being just a 5-minute halt. So I'm going to fast forward here to 10:17. So it's going to resume here in about 12 seconds. Last order went through at 10:12:11, so we should open up at 10:17:11. Sometimes it's delayed just a few seconds though. So watch right here. Opens up. And you can see up there I sold at 408. And let's just watch this and see what happens from here. So I sold at 408. I gave it a couple of seconds when it opened up, but kind of glad I sold it when I did. I forget what happens exactly after this. I don't know if it just sells off. Yeah, so it's not looking too good right now. So I'm glad I sold up at 408. But you can see right there, got in at 391, selling at 408. I mean, with 300 shares, not the biggest win, but it took me down quite a bit, So I ended up closing the day only down after commissions 150. So yeah, that's it, guys. I hope that was helpful for some of you, especially beginner traders. That's really what this is kind of tailored toward, just to document my whole journey as a beginner day trader, to really just document it, and hopefully that beginner traders in the future and even now can watch what I'm doing, watch the mistakes that I'm making, and learn from them so that they don't have to make the same mistakes that I'm making, right? So that's it, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. No, sorry, Monday. I'll be back Monday with another live trading video, and I'll see you then. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.